Dajahao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Lao Wai. Yes, I'm wearing a hat today, don't let it scare you. I promise it's not an alien parasite trying to take over my brain. Probably. So our time at the hot spring resort has come to an end, which means today is the day we go on to our next city, Kaohsiung. Geographically speaking, Kaohsiung is like the big city that is directly further south of Tainan. So it's probably going to be even hotter, it's going to be even muggier, but we will survive somehow. Couple things I want to mention, though, before we head out. First, like I mentioned in my last video, we may be heading into a particularly rainy period of time for South Taiwan. It actually rained pretty heavily earlier this morning. You can see some of those dark clouds in the sky. It has cleared up for now, which is nice. I don't know how long that will last. It's possible we may be getting heavy rain throughout the duration of the rest of our trip, which is not ideal, but we will make do somehow. Second thing I want to mention, bit of a sour note, but I would like to say I do not recommend the hotel I stayed at here, the Funchen Resort. For one, my room was kind of filled with a lot of ants, like a lot of ants crawling all over the walls, on the ceiling, on me. I know it's sort of a campsite-y resort, but to have that many ants all around just, ugh. It wasn't fun. I was like having to smack them off me every 30 seconds. But also, and this was really confusing to me, I could not find the light switch. Literally, I could not figure out how to turn the lights off at night so I could sleep. There was not a light switch that worked anywhere. What I basically had to do is unhook my key in the socket, because for this hotel you put your key in the socket to give your whole room power. So I had to take that out to turn the lights on so I could sleep. But when you do that, it also turns off the AC, so you can't get any AC. And it turns off, like, the power in the outlet, so you can't charge your phone or anything. I don't know if I was just blind, or if there really was no switch for some reason. But regardless, it was not really a pleasant night for those reasons. You know, I don't like being down on the places I visit, but in this case, I definitely think you have better options if you come to Baolai. But that's all in the past. For now, we've got about an hour before our bus comes to take us down to Kaohsiung. So I'm gonna maybe grab some lunch, sit in the AC, and I will see you when we're on the road. Peace out. Okay, stopping for lunch at the same place I had dinner last night. We got ourselves some salt-grilled mountain pork with a bit of a quick pickle by the side. Down the hatch. Oh, that's really good. I really like this style of Taiwanese grilled pork. It's like crispy on the outside and sort of chewy and melty on the inside. It's sort of like a really unctuous grown-up bacon almost, with like a bit more body to it. Yeah, let's try dipping it in this, probably a vinegar sauce of some kind. That's the vinegar sauce. It's very nice, cuts through the richness. Try the pickles. Very nice. I really do like Asian pickled vegetables. Something about the specific kinds of pickling liquid and spices they tend to use really speak to me. I'd say if you ever come to Baolai, definitely check out this restaurant. I will try to find it on Google Maps. I will remind myself to do that and put it in here. That's good. Stuff's a bit pricey. Most dishes are between 100 and 300 NTD, but it is well worth it because it is very tasty. With that said, I'm going to enjoy my lunch, and I'm going to wait for the bus to come. Okay, I just got something I did not order. I think this is a little treat on the house. It's some kind of radish soup, I want to say. White radish is a big thing in Taiwanese culture. You see these a lot of the time, boiled until they're soft, put in soups, you know, even pickled like this. So it's interesting. Can't say I'm the biggest fan, but hey, it's hot, it's soothing, it's comfort food, and I am never gonna say no to free food, so yay. Note to self for the future, that restaurant is right next to the bus station that I took away. Cannot stress enough how beautiful the view is here. Like, even just looking down the streets, you can see those mountains towering in the distance. Wow. here we are on the outskirts of Kaohsiung. And I gotta say, it is crazy humid already. It's not actually that hot, but my glasses, like, the second I stepped off the bus, my glasses fogged up from how humid it was. My God. We've still got one more bus to catch that will take us downtown to our hotel. But for now, welcome to our first taste of our second city. Alright folks, welcome to the Simple Life Hotel in Qianjin district. And I gotta say, I'm loving this place already. Look, we got a nice double bed here, TV if whoever wants it, mini fridge, nice little walk-in, and which makes me happiest of all, an honest-to-God bath. Heck yes! Total cost for 4 nights is just under 4,000 NTD, and I think that's a pretty fair price for a room this nice. So like I said, we are in the Qianjin district, which is sort of on the northwest corner of the more urban part of Kaohsiung. Kaohsiung is a pretty big harbor city. There is a lot of stuff to do right on the shore, and we are very close to that, which makes me very excited. We've got some evening plans, but first I'm gonna get settled in. I'm gonna make sure I've got all my stuff sorted out, and when it gets a little later, we will set out for our first day. See ya then. So across the street there is Kaohsiung Central Park. Yes, this has a Central Park too, like NYC. We're just gonna ride our bike through there for a few minutes and see all the sights. Dancers, a lot of dancing statues out in the lakes. Wonder if they're an art installation, wonder what their significance is. So I think they're sliding down that grassy slope on towels or something. That looks really fun. Alright, a much smaller park than the one in Tainan. Even though I was biking through this one, I could definitely tell the floor space is a lot smaller. That's alright, it still had a lot of cool sights. It was a good place for a walk or a ride, pretty much any time. So, we're heading now right next to the park on the southeast corner. And we are, whoa, almost tripped there. We are headed to Xinkuchan shopping district. I've always been a big fan of nightlivey places where, you know, everybody's bustling around. So I think this is going to be right up my alley. Let's check it out. Alright, I guess this is more of a night market than a shopping district, but that's still fine by me. Got some lemon tea, 40 NTD. What I like about Taiwanese lemon drinks is that they always keep some of the lemon sourness more than like American lemonade. Because American lemonade tends to be all sweet, but this still has a kick of that sour from the lemon. I think that's nice. We also got ourselves a pork pancake, a pork onion pancake. It's got a little spicy sauce and pepper on it. Let's give it a try. Now, you can never go wrong with fried dough in an Asian night market. That's my pro tip for all you travelers. Go to a night market, look for fried dough. You'll be in good hands. This was 30 NTD, by the way. Well worth it. Alright, I don't want to eat too much because I do actually have a dinner planned for later, so I'm gonna nosh down, I'm gonna drink, then I'm gonna keep walking and then grab a bicycle to my next spot. We've got an interesting sight on the skyline here, the 85 Sky Tower. This was one of the biggest and most prominent landmarks in Kaohsiung for years. It's like a giant hotel. You supposedly can go all the way up to the top and look out at the city from there. I'm not entirely sure why. Might have been problems from COVID. I think I also read something about, the economic situation in Taiwan just starting to favor the north more than the south. Whatever the reason, it's a shame because, look at how big that thing is. That looks like a pretty cool place. I'm still gonna go up and see if there's any way to get to the top, but I don't think there will be, so we'll see. As expected, it is all closed down. Ain't nobody getting in here tonight. It's a shame, but do keep an ear out for when this reopens, if it ever gets new management, because if it ever does, you're probably going to want to go up there and get a view from the top. I'm sure it's going to be to die for.
Oh, baby girl.
Folks, we are at restaurant Belon at the picturesque Xinguang Riverside Park. This restaurant was sold to me as a highlight for American-style food in Kaohsiung. It's a seafood place. It's got an oyster bar. It's right by the water over there. So this is really beautiful. There's an indoor as well, but it looks pretty full. And I'm happy to be sitting outside. It's actually cooled down a bit in the night, so there's a nice breeze going, and I don't feel like I'm sweating out of my skin. It is incredibly pricey. Even the smallest dish is over 300 NTD, and some of them get up to the 600, 700, even plus 1,000 for just one dish. So it's, the kind of prices you would get in America. But hey, you gotta splurge once in a while. Why not on vacation? So let's keep our fingers crossed that it's all tasty. Got our good old favorite here, chicken Caesar salad. I'm usually disappointed by Taiwanese attempts at Caesar salad, but just from how much Parmesan I see shaved on top, this is looking like the real deal. Even if there are some tomatoes and onions in there, which is not traditional, but it's alright, we'll survive. Alright, bottoms up. In case you can't tell, I'm bopping to the music behind me. Well, they got the dressing right. That is definitely Caesar dressing I'm tasting. There's an interesting sort of sweet tang to it that you don't usually get with American Caesar. It reminds me of this one time back home when we had Caesar salad for dinner, and for some reason, instead of using Caesar dressing, I used sweet Vidalia onion dressing. There's a very strange sensation putting that in my mouth. But that sort of reminds me of what this tastes like. It's that same kind of sweetness. And I don't hate it. I just think it's interesting. The real death blow is there's no croutons. I feel scammed. Ooh, strike that thought, we got our oysters. I don't usually do the oyster bar, but I think just because of the occasion, right on the sea, I can literally smell the ocean from where I'm sitting. I mean, you kind of have to, you know? So we got two varieties here. We got a black pearl oyster, we got a Gilardeau oyster. They also had Belon oysters on their menu, you know, named after their restaurant. Unfortunately, they were sold out. So we will have to make do with these, which I'm sure will still be fine. We're gonna try the black pearl first. I put a bit of that dressing in the middle on it. I assume it's some sort of hot sauce, but we'll see. Sort of a mild vinegary hot sauce. Wow, that oyster is not briny at all. That's so fresh. I don't think I've ever had an oyster that didn't, you know, taste like the sea, but this just tastes really fresh and really light, and I guess this is the real stuff, you know? I guess this is what real oysters are supposed to taste like. Okay, a second one, Gilardeau. We'll see if I can tell any difference. That one tastes a little bit brinier. Guess it might be the variety. But it's a good accent, it's not overpowering. Yeah, I think these are the first, like, actual good oysters I have had in my life. I feel like my mind's been awakened a little bit. Oh, and one last thing, just because, I got myself a lychee cocktail. Because I don't think I've really had a drink since coming to Taiwan, so better late than never. I like that. It's got a very good balance of the sweet lychee flavor to the alcohol. I tend to enjoy fruitier cocktails just because the taste of alcohol can sometimes be strong and overpowering to me. This is like exactly the right balance I'm looking for. It's very nice. Now, like I said, this is all quite expensive. Just the 2 oysters, the cocktail, and the Caesar salad alone, and that brings my total up to about 1,400 NTD. So, not a place to go every night unless you've got, like, buckets of money to shovel around. But as a treat, when you're on vacation, I'd say this is well worth the price. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I've still got a lot of salad to get through. The wind's starting to pick up, so I'm gonna finish eating, head back to my hotel before the rain starts coming down, which I fear it may. Overall, first day in Kaohsiung, not too shabby. I guess it was more of a half day between, you know, getting to the city in the first place and then spending time at the hotel, but I think we can call this a success. Hopefully the rain stays away for a little longer, because we've still got a lot of stuff planned to do in this city, and I'd like to do it without being drowned half to death every other hour. For now though, thank you so much again for joining us at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye bye.